Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Jordan Fisher.
I'm Timmons Hatman.
I'm Cypher PK, and this is the May Contain
Action podcast.
Available on Apple, Spotify, Google Play, and more. Well, everyone, hello and welcome to episode 30 of the May Contain Action podcast, where your two favorite people talk about content, pop culture, gaming with their favorite people. Support for the May Contain Action podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, the absolute best in men's below the belt grooming. That means you're nards. I'm host number one, Paul, aka ActionJaxon. Host number two is the one and only Trevor May, everybody. Trevor May.
Let's go!
Nards.
Good one. You almost said
dude.
Pikachu earlier, too. We'll blow past that, too.
Okay. You just said you gave me the intro because I'm good at it. Now you're going to tear me apart as soon as I do it?
Yeah, I'll wait till you're done to tear you apart. Continue.
Thank you. Shut your damn mouth. Today is a very special episode. It's episode 30, like I said, which who saw that coming? I certainly didn't. We realized that in 30 episodes, we have never, ever been the focal point of the pod. I mean, it's our pod. It's our thing. And no one even cared to ask about how we're doing today or ever. Not great, by the way. It's been a really rough week.
Yes, it has.
God. Well, that changes today. Today, the listeners ask questions on Twitter and Discord, and we have all the answers. Welcome your guests, Paul and Trevor. Woo! Woo! It's us.
It's us. We're here today. There's nobody else.
It's just us.
I'm just imagining everyone go like they were excited, and then that smile was just wiped off their face.
They're like, who's gonna be? Who's gonna be? Who's gonna be?
Who is it?
Who is it? Ninja? Is it? Who is it?
Who is it? Ninja?
Is it Barack Obama? Who is it? It's not.
Wow.
Neither of those things.
Wow.
I was kind of surprised. Like, I know we just did episode 29, but I can't believe we've done 30 episodes.
30 episodes. We're actually over what is that? 7 months? 7 months of the pod?
Yeah, that's 7 months of the pod. Yeah.
We've been doing this for 7 months. Actually, we have not missed a Thursday in 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually first time I said it like that. That's pretty wild.
That's insane. I can't. There were some times it got pretty hairy there, but we made it every time.
Yeah. Actually, this is our last ace in the hole, so this can't happen again. All right, cool.
This is it.
This is our last one. Oh no, well, we got lots of people coming soon, so lot of stuff in the works.
Oh, absolutely. And you may be asking yourself later in the pod, well, how the heck are Paul and Trevor going to do the game? Don't you worry about that. We'll get to that. Don't you worry your little head.
We do actually have a special guest. I blew it. I'm sorry. It couldn't happen. I couldn't happen to hold on to it. I don't know why I said it like that.
We didn't even need to talk about. Okay.
Well, we're not going to say who it is till the game starts.
Yeah, we're not. We're not going to say who it is.
Even though I'm pretty sure he already talked.
Okay. No, shut up, dude. Now you're giving away the gender. Now it's an easy. God.
Now you're giving it away the gender.
Could have been anyone. Now it's 50% less. Anyway.
Whoa, hey.
Let's get to. Oh yeah, true. Let's get to some of your questions. Also, Trevor pointed out to me that because it's just us, he's got a hard cutoff. We're not going over. We're ending in like an hour. It might even be 30 minutes.
And it's also wipe day.
It is wipe day on Tarkov. Yeah, it's a big day on Tarkov.
It's a big day. I'm going to go in. I'm going to have nothing. So now I can't put on my, freaking thermal training wheels. I got to actually see people.
Through iron sights, probably.
Through iron sights.
Ugh.
With ammo that's not going to kill them even if you hit it with them. So
it's going to be PS ammo.
Oh, I can't wait.
I'm actually pretty excited about it. Anyway, so we're going to get into that. I will ask the first question. One of our esteemed viewers asked, what was the first game? So I'll ask you, Trevor. What was the first game you ever streamed? And which one did you find the most growth with?
The first game I ever streamed, my first stream was Overwatch. I played Overwatch for like a year, pretty much exclusively because I was afraid to, drop to. I was afraid to drop from like 18 viewers to 12 viewers.
Yeah, no, it's a steep drop.
You don't want to lose 50% of your viewership. So I played Overwatch. I was terrible. That's a lie. I got to like 3480, almost got to Masters solo queuing as a tank.
No, you didn't.
That's the highest I ever got, and then I just free fell. Stopped playing for a month, came back, never got above like 3100 again.
Nope.
Yeah. So that was Overwatch, and then but the biggest growth. This is a tough one.
Come on.
What were we playing in October of 2018?
So
maybe
tough.
when we were cranking 90s with Fortnite, that'd probably be the highest growth one. But I'm really interested to hear
100%.
About your first game because I don't know what it is, but I also want to hear about your biggest growth because I don't know what that is.
There's no way to know what that is. First of all, before we get into this, is it okay if I crack a cold one on the podcast?
Crack a cold one. I wish I had a cold one, to be honest.
I've just been staring at this thing this whole time. It's really.
What do you got?
Ooh.
Is that a Bud Light seltzer?
It's not a Bud Light.
Is that some sort of alcoholic drink that Astro makes and you're the face of now, or
Astro beer? No, it's cream ale. It's actually based out of Rochester. Lemon strawberry. It is.
What? Oh, what brewery, dude? What brewery? I might know it.
It's the Cream Ale Brewery. That's the name of it, I think. Crisp, like an ale.
I don't think that's right at all.
On it. Proudly brewed since 1878.
What does it say? Does it just say cream ale and like Times New
ale.
Roman on a white label?
No, it's just cream ale and like a nice sans serif font.
Okay.
Actually, I think it's serif would be the proper thing there. But anyway, look, it's.
I probably had it. It's probably delicious, and I believe you.
It's unbelievable. It's very understated. Anyway, the point I was going to make here is that my first ever game I played on stream was Hearthstone. Because
How's it even been out? You've been streaming for like what, 12 years?
Long time. I've been streaming for 7 years. No, sorry, 6, a little over 6 years. And it was the only game my computer could handle while streaming.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So I played that first, but then I got into I think right after that was like Battlefield 4 immediately after that. God, that game was good. But yeah, that was my first game. I had a lot of fun with that. And my game I saw the most growth with probably Dead by Daylight. I did a lot of work. I'm kidding. No, of course it wasn't. It was Fortnite. It was Fortnite.
I was like, that was Tom, dude. You're stealing Tom's story, dude.
Well, after I got my master's in finance, whatever the frick you guys.
I wanted to be an actuary.
Actuary, that's what.
And now I play video games and have a curly mustache. So,
It's fantastic. Yeah. So yes, definitely saw the most growth with that. Like it exploded, dude. Like everyone exploded with that. It was like brand new viewers came out of nowhere that didn't even exist on the platform. Like Fortnite brought them.
Like just twice as many. Like not even it. I'm still thinking back to like when I played they released the football skins, and I was playing with them that day, and Marcel and I didn't have them. They gave them to Marcel. And then I was making a stink. I'm like, imagine not giving the actual pro athlete in the group the pro athlete skins. And then they, 5 minutes later, someone DM me on Twitter. It was like, hey, check your email. And then I had them. And then that the clip, because we got stream sniped, and then someone was writing wait in their building.
They were?
And I remember that clip on Instagram got like a 1.5 million views for me or something.
What?
I'll never forget I'll never forget this at all. And Paul, you were there when this happened.
Yeah.
So you remember I'm coming back from Tommy John. You and Tim I'm at the game in Syracuse. You and Tim are there.
Yeah.
We go to Dinosaur Barbecue. Took a picture. Tim, like 2 weeks before that, was like, Ninja was like, hey, bro, you should be posting more on Instagram. He's like, I have like 40,000 followers. Like, I haven't posted anything. That's what he said. So start doing it. So for 2 weeks, he was doing it. Then you guys had the story with like me on the bench, and then we had the picture or whatever, and they tagged me in it.
Mhm.
I went from like 10,000 flat, like maybe 10,200 flat to like 17,000 in 3 hours. And I was like, what? And that was right after Ninja, who had 3 million at the time, was like, hey, follow my buddy Tim the Tatman, who he played every day with. And Tim got 250,000 followers in a day.
Did he
Remember
get?
that?
How do you remember that? You got 250,000?
So I remember it had just happened. And so I was joking with Kate. I was like, yo, Tim's just got to tag me, bro. And it's just off to the races. It's, it trickles. It's a ball and it rolls downhill, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, and then he did it.
Yeah. Well, dude, I've noticed that. Oh, I don't get stuck too far because we got a bunch of questions to answer. But
of course,
I have noticed personally that that does not happen anymore.
No.
Not, or if it does, it's like a couple dozen, maybe 100, maybe.
Oh, you mean
maybe
growth on Instagram? No, it doesn't
Yeah.
exist. I've been at the same number I've been fluctuating in the same 1,000 people window for like a year.
I think people are deleting it. I don't know what's happening.
No, I just think the algorithm has been tailored in a different way, probably for advertising more. I just think that's what it is. So like going virality isn't a thing. You can get on, people are finding, you got to get on like the explore page.
Oh, sure.
So I guess hashtags are super important. Also, I don't hashtag as much anymore because it was just like not working. So I was just like, oh, but you got a hashtag like crazy, and it's very spammy. People just don't look at it as much anymore.
It is
It
spammy.
just feels spammy. Like you look and you're like, oh, someone's like, oh, I was sad today, and it's just like, I hope you're having a good day. What are you thinking about? And then it's just like her,
Yeah.
like looking over her shoulder, like, oh, I didn't know you were there, like. Which is fine. To each his own. But I'm like,
I didn't see you there.
There's 3,000 hashtags below that too. So I'm like, okay, this is okay. Next, that's the same post, just a different picture. So it just, I understand why people aren't like searching through Instagram to like grow things or find new stuff. I think we're pretty set in our group. Anyway, that was a weird left turn. But yeah, Fortnite, huge. It was just like,
huge for us,
post anything. I was over 100. I was 100 to 200,000 views on every clip, no matter what it was. And I was just because like
It was very true.
I posted the thing, and then not only that, everyone like posting different things from the same events. So like when Ninja was built on side of the map and like had no materials, and we all threw him one, and he jumped to get him and fell like that. We were all there, and we all posted our views, and that got 700,000, 800,000, 900,000.
Yeah. Blew up.
I remember I went on vacation, came back 9 days later, and I had like grown like 60 or 70,000 followers.
Jeez.
I was like, what's happening? But that was just right in the middle of the Fortnite thing.
Yeah. So definitely, Fortnite grew both of our careers pretty rapidly. Pretty rapidly.
Well, I guess I can. This actually works. So then we snake. So when I'm done answering the question, okay. So here's what we'll do. We'll ask the question. The person asks the question answers first. So the second person, when they're done, then they can segue into the next question.
Oh, look at that.
Does that make sense? There we go. We did it on the fly. Doing it live. All right.
Hot dog.
So I'll do this question and answer first, and we'll go from there. All right.
Love it.
This is a really interesting one, and I actually have no idea how I'm going to answer it, so it's going to take me a second. But what's a question you wish people would ask you but never have? I don't think there's a question that I want to ask that's never been asked.
Yeah. I feel like you would just say it.
But there's some questions that I want to be asked more.
For sure.
Like, hi, Trevor. How are you? Not exclamation point drops. You know what I mean?
Well, just don't have drops, forehead.
It's weird. I have actually, I really do, and I that sounds like I'm capping, but like in reality, I have a little post-it note here on the bottom of my monitor that literally says like, it's along the lines of reward good behavior, like reward what you want the community to be like engage things that you want, because then you can engage negativity. Then people see that getting your attention is easy when you're negative. So it's really hard.
You are like the king of post-it notes and like inspirational quotes,
bro. My whole life. I'm not gonna lie. I'm watching The Last Dance right now, and I am like, yes, I remember that. And then like Carl, my dad. What my dad does is when like people come on the screen, he'll say like their nickname. So he'll be like, ugh. like say like Carl Malone came on. I'm like, the mailman Malone. I like did it. And I was like, oh my God, I just did what my dad does. Oh my God. But anyway, it's like my whole childhood. Like, dude, I used to practice basketball, shoot free throws, and like I kept a binder, kept track of how many shots I shot every day. And how many I made and all my stats. I'm just a huge stats guy. It's actually become a problem now that I'm a pro, but
hey, you're kind of a weird kid.
When you get worried about stats as a major leaguer, it kind of bogs you down. But
I can absolutely believe that.
But yeah, I got a post emote that of the question, like just like reward good behavior and bring people joy. Like that's my goal. That's why I do it. So like there's days where I'll go 6 hours and I'll be like, viewership was lower than usual. And I'm like, was I like lethargic today? And was like not making people have fun watching. Yeah. And if I say yes to that, I'm like, then there's no point to do it.
Yeah. That's a tough question to answer. Yeah.
So when you say, hey, Trevor, how you doing? I always go, hey, I'm great. How are you? Because that is a good start.
Oh, for sure. I love that.
How about you, Paul?
A question I wish people would ask me but never have. Man, how much can you bench? I really wish I got that more often because like I
get that a lot actually,
and I just no one ever cares. It's like I'm here, I'm ripped out of my mind, right? And no one cares. No, I feel like okay, PM. All right, I'm reading the chat today, dude. Today's podcast, I'm reading the chat. 135 max, whatever. Anyway, no. I feel like I wish people would ask me. Like I don't know. I kind of like I like detailed oriented questions. Like if someone notices, if we're having a conversation on Twitch, and someone pays attention to the conversation, and I say, oh yeah, I'm looking forward to like this weekend or whatever. I like specific questions, so I'm okay with like, how are you doing? That's fine, nothing wrong with that. But like, hey, how did that thing go that you were talking about last stream? How was that specific thing that you were mentioning last stream? Like it shows that they were actively listening.
Yeah.
So that's always nice to get because it's like, oh, okay, like someone actually, I'm not just talking into the ether. Someone's actually listening to what I'm saying and responding, which I feel like is true of anyone. Like a good way to build relationship with someone is to specifically ask questions about something they've talked about to show that you're actually listening to them. So probably stuff like that for the most part, I would say. Yeah,
love that. Good. Yeah. That's another thing I'm not good at. I notice when I'm not good at it, like proving that I'm like be like, hey, oh, that's awesome, and trying to engage people and stuff that they want to talk about because dude, I'm a professional baseball player that like streams full time. Like that's like a really that's a really random.
It is, yeah.
There's only there's like 2 now. Blake Snell does a lot currently, but. I think it was like I'm the only one that does. So like I tend to be like, yeah, let's talk about baseball or something. And then I just go to what my comfort zone is. I'm like, wow, I'm talking about myself a lot. Wow, does this person going home with their wife like that guy fucking loves himself? And I'm like, it's weird that I'm aware of that.
It's important to be aware of because like nothing. I can't tell you how many times with my wife we've like met some other couple or whatever, and at the end of the night. We're like, how was your time? Like, oh, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Did they ask you anything? Did they ask you a question or was it just, okay, no. So we know everything about them and they know nothing about us. It happens. You don't want to be like, and it's fine. Like,
yeah, I'm that person. I do that.
Nice. Sometimes. Yeah. Like those people are nice, but it's like building relationship is back and forth. It's not just like telling you everything about yourself. Yeah. No, I mean, I think everyone struggles with that to some degree.
Sure. What we're trying to say, Chad, is we're trying to create a relationship with you.
We want to be in an intimate relationship with our chat.
To be honest, you're building a stream. This is a great opportunity to say that. When you're building a stream, you're creating a community by your personal relationship with a bunch of different people. That's how it starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Exactly.
That's how it starts. Like, you find your mods and your first few people, and they stay the whole time, then they become like some of your really good friends. Like that's exactly how it starts. So if you're starting streaming or been streaming for a little bit or realize like, oh, no one ever comes in, blah, blah, blah. Are you engaging with them? Are you hanging out with them? Because that's what you're doing. You're not just playing a game in front of them.
Yes, exactly.
You can start to play a game in front of them when you have thousands and thousands of viewers, and it literally doesn't matter what you do.
Exactly.
I'm not talking about anyone specifically.
You can do anything you want. And that was actually something that hindered my performance, I feel like, as a streamer in the beginning, is because I based a lot of what I did off of Tim. And by that time, Tim was already just like a fairly large streamer with thousands of people, or at least 1,000 people in his chat. And you can't really form relationships with people necessarily like that unless they top D every time. So if you can afford to ignore people.
So Tim started, how far before you did Tim start? Was he going for like a year before you started?
He started in like the end of 2012, 2013. So like a year and a half.
Right out of college.
Basically. Yeah, basically. So he had already had this tremendous environment. And I was like, oh, just do exactly what Tim does, which was a huge mistake. Like, don't model what you do off of big streamers. It's a terrible idea.
Don't try to act exactly like them. That's the thing. You got to find your own way, but
for sure. Yeah. Third question, Trevor, what drove you to be it's a more general question to both of us. What drove you to be streamers, and how long did it take you to build a community? Just did my first stream tonight as a test run.
That was the person saying it. I don't know why I copy pasted that, but yeah,
no,
they just did their first stream, so that's relevant. Why it's relevant.
That's very cool. So yeah, what drove you to be streamers, and how long did it take for you to build your community? That's a great question. What without getting too like deeply into it, necessity kind of drove me into it in one sense, and also the idea of building a community, which is really fun. So two things: I was laid off in December of 2013 from my job. I used to install dog fences, so that was a nightmare, except for the dogs.
I didn't know that.
Yep, I installed invisible dog fences.
So fun.
It was the worst. So I did that, and long story short about that, I actually asked my boss, I was like, hey, if you're gonna lay me off, can you just like give me a heads up so I can prepare? Like, I totally understand. It's winter, no one installs dog fences. Just like let me know so I can prepare. He was like, yeah, no problem. And then one Friday, like 2 weeks before Christmas, he was like, by the way, you're laid off. Don't come in on Monday. And I was like, cool. This is perfect. I prepared for this. So I got laid off.
Streaming that next week?
I started streaming like a couple weeks later. Yeah. No, because of my official first stream. No, it was February, my official first stream. So like a month, 2 months later, after going to unemployment classes, which are a nightmare. So I get unemployment is the worst. Anyway, so I was unemployed, and I put like 1 billion resumes out. No one was hiring. It freaking sucked. And Tim was like, hey, you have a lot of fun. You come over to my stream and you're Black Paul. That's who I was at that time.
I know you. I knew you at that first. Yeah,
I was Black Paul, and I liked the community. It was a lot of fun. Like, streams were a blast. And he was like, "Why don't you try it? See how it goes while you look for a job?" And I was like, "All right, cool." So I tried it, built my own little community, and it really started the first stream. To be honest, it started the first stream. People came in. They were like, "We like your personality." A couple of the OGs that came in were like J-Mac and Quickshot and Dreads and some of my other like mods and whatnot, and just instant connection, and it grew from there. So that's kind of like my little story of how my community started almost instantly. Like, the people that were there and then came back the next time, it was like, hey, I remember your name. Thanks for coming back. You didn't have to, but you did.
How many viewers did you have for stream?
Well, I thankfully had Tim to kind of hype it up. So I would imagine.
I know that. That's why I want to know.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I want to say I had like 1,200 my first stream.
So you tasted the power,
dude. It was sweet.
Like, this is easy.
Yeah. But also awful. Like, I don't know. I guess it's better, but at the same time, it was like, 1,200 viewers, and then over time, it was like 1,000 viewers, 800 viewers, 600 viewers, 300 viewers.
And then that's every host. Leaving? I love getting those the reports.
Yeah.
At the end of stream, it's like you averaged 500 viewers, and it goes, and you're like, you got a 7,000 viewer host, and you're like, well, you're like, wait. And then you just go see it like be 7,000. Then it, like, within 1 minute, it's 2,000. You're like, oh,
yeah.
And in reality, it's funny because that's like, it's like a lot of people don't go with the host, and if it's not a raid, and like there's a bunch of things that factor into that. You got a raid too now, like, or they don't all go. Like, anyone who was watching you through the squad stream or whatever just leaves. So, exactly. But it's just it's a really funny, like, bittersweet type thing. Like,
yes, yeah. It's true. Well, same to you, Trevor. What drove you to stream, and how long did it take you to build a community?
What drove me to stream? An injury in 2016. I had been playing, so video games wise, when I was when I was drafted in 2018. So this is my little genesis really quick. When I was drafted in 2008, way back 12 years ago,
Wow.
2008, I was playing Wrath of Lich King.
Oh,
Hardcore.
nuts.
Like I was streaming, or I was not streaming. I was raiding every raid. I was, off tanking and healing. Like I was way into it. So, I report to my first season that fall of 18, and I'm like trying to play, like still do my raids like in the middle of the night in the bathroom in my hotel room with my roommate.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't not do it. Like that's all I wanted to do. And I hated baseball. I hated
You
it.
hated baseball?
Oh yeah. We went to Florida in the middle of summer. Like it was so hot.
I didn't realize you went to Florida in the middle of the summer for baseball.
I went and played rookie ball and lived in the La Quinta with some guy I didn't know who graduated I was a high school kid. I was 18 and he was 21 and graduated college. He was a senior sign. He'd graduated college. So he was in a completely different, he slept with his feet outside of his blanket in the bottom, and he woke up to free falling. Free falling was his, so it was free. Every morning I'm like, oh, I have to go to the field again and just sweat. Anyway, I was trying to play WoW then, and so it basically in 2009, I continued to try to play a little bit on the bus. I got like one of those little like the mobile sticks for the internet, and like, of course it doesn't work, right? It's not strong enough at all, 3G or something. So I kind of just gave up. Like in 2011, I was like, dude, I got to stop playing video games like so much during the season. Like just no games during the season. It's not that fun. I've lost all my friends who are playing them. I'm done. So I just played League in off season for like 2011 through 14. Just League in the off season, and then I would just put it away. In 16, I was like, yo, I'm hurt. I'm not going to travel with the team. So I have all this time. I'm getting my rehab done from like 10 to 12 in the morning, and I have the whole day. And Kate wasn't with me at the time. Kate didn't live with me. We weren't married yet.
You were with her, but you weren't.
Well, no, we were dating for 6 years. We were actually engaged. We just hadn't gotten married. So the next season she was going to travel with me and like, go remote for her job. But that season she just still only came out once a month. So I was like, she's not here either. So I can play so much. So I got Overwatch had just come out, and I played it on PlayStation first. Oh, and I remember being like, I'll just play for fun. And I was like, I actually want to play good because I'm, going to be only doing this for 2 months. And then I looked Twitch and I found Tim Lass, and I had seen Tim before. I'd seen Tim play Call of Duty, seen him on YouTube before, and I watched a little bit of Twitch before. So I'd seen Lass before playing Smite, because one of my friends was like, let's play Smite. Oh
yeah, Smite.
And I was like, and he was one of the top streamers for it. So I maybe caught one of his streams. I see Tim maybe 2 or 3 times, and Moon. So those are the guys I watched. And then that game blew up for a while.
It did.
And Tim streamed, like you said, I guess before I saw him, he was like at 2,000 viewers, and then he went to about 6 or 7 or 8, and then up in the 10 when there was a new hero or new whatever, right?
Yeah, exactly. And
that was like, I was like, oh shit, he's huge. Like he's a huge streamer. And then after that, PUBG for like a little bit.
Oh yeah, dabbled PUBG.
Oh, what did he switch from?
H1Z1.
I did like PUBG H1Z1, and like
it was the progression of everyone. Everyone had the same progression almost. It was like
like Shroud was doing the same thing, and like anyone who played first person shooters was like trying to find that thing until Fortnite came, right?
Yes,
came along, and I remember I played Fortnite with Lassus in the beta. So I'd been friends with Lass lives in Florida, and I'd seen him in spring training. I would go up and stay with his house, and I know all his roommates, and he's one of the nicest people. Anyone who's like, Lass is super nice, nicest person to live, and Carol, his wife now, nicer somehow. So they're great. But so that's kind of, I made that relationship, and then I played Overwatch for a long time. I never played with Tim. I never played with Lass. Like Lass made an alt, and like never really played with me because he always, people want to watch GM players. I was like a freaking, like I said, diamond maybe on a good day,
exactly.
So then PUBG became I have like 800 or 900 hours in PUBG now. So that was my number one game. There was a time where like a couple buddies, a guy named Entire Cities, who comes in the stream, still sub on time, has his own stream, and a guy named Fox. They would come in and we would play we'd play squads all the time, and we go on the Asian servers, play third person, and just like win every single game because it's just people like playing on a trackpad in an internet cafe.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So and so we did that for a long time. So I got way into it. I got hurt. I need something to do. That's just how I am. But how I built my community really is just being really active in the communities that I want to that that I like being part of. Lassus's chat, and then later Lupo. Obviously I had a pretty big affinity for Lupo because when I play with him, I'd pop into Lupo. So we just had the kind of the same humor vibe thing going. And Ninja and but Tim's been there all the way through. So like I would always keep going back, being in Tim's chat. And now I know that if you had to if your chat had like a DNA like we do when we go check your ancestors, it'd be like part Lupo's chat, part Tim's chat. And like a lot of them met me through that. And obviously I got partnered early. I was a professional athlete at the time. There was in 2016, there was an effort to get people partnered. Mm-hmm. And then when the check mark thing came out in like 18, I'd be like, I'd be
Twitch?
Yeah. So during the Fortnite thing, if I was interested in a new game, and I'm sure you do it too sometimes, you interested in a new game, and you kind of know a streamer, but haven't been there a lot, but they're playing something you're really interested in. You'd be like, hey guys, what's up? Like, I'm always like, hey, because I like participate. Like I like, this is what I like. So might as well participate in the chat and laugh at the funny stuff. Like for example, Sacriel is a prime community that I watched him in PUBG with Break way back. And then he plays anytime a realistic shooter that I like at the time, he's playing it. So like he's my go-to. So it kind of grew like that. I think that meeting all you guys at Twitch, kind of having a really good time, and just, you never really know what people are like till you meet them in person, right?
Yeah, of course.
And I thought we all made good friends, and and then all of us playing together and bouncing ideas off each other and collaborating and doing funny stuff, and everyone has different chemistry, and that all creates content in itself, stuff you don't even plan, and that's kind of how it grew. But the biggest thing I think was just when people come in and go, hey, I don't have any viewers, come watch me. That's you're trying to take a shortcut.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're shortcutting. That's a good way to put it.
When being in the chat is a strategy, and it should, but it's also good for you being part of the community of Twitch in general. Like it's healthy because you get a good, you learn what people like want to see and how they want to be interacted with and how they want to feel included, and you have to be a human being, and they like that, and that's how you grow your channel.
Yes,
it's just, and also grows you as a human. Like those are good skills to learn, right? So it's just a win-win. It is, and it's fun. It makes it more fun. So
a lot of what we talked about today, I feel like so far is just like a lot of people's skills, very translatable stuff to just everyday life.
Yeah, if you think about it that way, just there's no like math problem that you solve, and then now you're a huge streamer.
Exactly.
But also, it's not just luck either. It's a combination.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So right. That's my very, very long form story.
No, that was a very interesting story. I did not realize that I don't know. I guess that you were just so like 2008. I know where I was in 2008. I was just graduating high school and didn't even realize that Twitch existed. Like,
I don't think Twitch did it. Twitch it was Justin TV in 2010. I think was founded in 2010, and then it became Twitch in 13 or something.
Yeah. And live streaming and all that. Yeah.
But I had seen Tim through Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm. He started streaming. Like his first stream, I think, was like 2010.
Yeah, he was on Justin TV then. Yeah. Lyric too. Lyric's been down. Lyric and Soda Pop and have been there since like literally within weeks, I think, of the platform becoming a thing.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, they just found it. Like because they were just internet memers probably. We're just looking stuff up, right? So there's a new streaming platform. Like I'll try that.
I wish I was a memer early. I just have such an aversion to the internet / social media. So
I always have been like that too, dude. I had a front page Reddit AMA in 2011.
Really?
Yes. About the life of a minor league baseball player.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know that. My account has 7,500 karma because of that. So, I've been super famous on the internet for a long time. Yeah, but it's been the biggest thing is just I've been I could have very easily just stopped at any time. There's a bunch of times where I was like, oh, it's a season, I'll just not stream at all. But I knew that I just liked it. I liked the whole like, let's try new stuff, let's stream regularly. And I've kept it up for 4 years. Like I've never taken more than maybe a week for outs. If I were home and could have streamed, I don't think I've taken more than 2 or 3 days off.
That's wild. It's not to belabor this question at all, because I think we've definitely answered it, but I feel like if anything, I feel like in your position, like just your personality keeps you in this for some reason, which is wild to me because like if you're a professional baseball player, like if you're a professional anything, just chill. Like you could just relax. Like there's not a whole lot else you don't have to like look for second jobs. It's not like you're a minor league baseball player and like need to work somewhere else to keep up your baseball habit. So at any moment I feel like Trevor could just quit and he'd be fine. Just get up and leave.
Kate and I said that the other day. I was like, I like broke down kind of like some of the deals, some of the stuff, like how much money do I really make on here? And of course it's not, people think it's a lot more than it is.
Sure, of course. Yeah.
Actually, I knew. So when someone told Tim on stream, was like, Trevor, when I signed my contract, Trevor signed for 2.2 million. Like his eyes went like, Jesus. And that,
really?
because I don't know exactly how much money Tim makes. And I don't know how much Ninja, like, I don't know a lot of that stuff. Like none of us know that.
Yeah.
No matter how much people think we know that, we don't know any specifics at all. Like literally none.
No.
So, but like I could tell by the way he reacted. I'm like, I don't think he makes like, everyone's thinking like he makes 100 million. I don't think you guys realize that it's not that big based on like social media. Like it's so I do. Yeah. I mean, but even now, like YouTube's so fickle based on the algorithm.
Yeah, it's true.
Right. So, which kind of sucks for them. They're kind of getting Instagrammed a little bit now too. But I'm fortunate that, well, of course, this is super relevant now because now evidently my salary fluctuates with the win too. I don't know.
We'll get to it, Trevor. We'll get to it.
I don't know. But like, yeah, I'm super, she's just like, that like all hell breaks loose and your arm gets bitten off by a shark.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you had to say that. That's terrifying. She's like, you could, I mean, maybe not losing your arm, but you can't play baseball, but you're whole.
Yeah.
Like you could just be where you are now and we'd be like way better than fine. We'd be great. I was like, it's a good point. It's weird. You just have this general like anxiety all the time. Like it's more.
Oh, it's always more. It's always more. It's a constant battle of like living under your means or trying to do that and like just dial it back. Just dial it back. Always like, yeah, you can outspend yourself so fast. So fast.
Yeah, that fear is healthy.
Yes.
Fear of blowing your wad in one fell swoop is tough.
Come all over them. Yeah. 100%.
That was very specific. You were super specific when you said that.
That was a Dylan Francis reference. Okay.
Good. Thank you for saying that and explaining because a lot of people weren't there last night when we were talking about this. So they're like, what did he just say?
What are they talking about? Got you, boss. Can we move on?
Gotcha balls. Yes, I believe you have the
Do I have the question? No, I just asked that one. You go.
You did just answer that. Okay, yeah.
Come on.
Whatever. We're losing it. People are loving this. What made you guys start the podcast and how what about it are you loving the most? It says so much, but I'll tailor it a little bit. The most. What's your favorite part about the pod? So I will start. We started the pod. So I've talked about him on the podcast before, huge acolyte of Gary Vaynerchuk. He is a huge marketing mogul in New York City, and he has a very crazy story too. But anyway, he is a huge believer in just like podcasting and how it's a very underutilized. There's markets from a business standpoint, like people who are content creators or whatever don't utilize audio content very well, especially if they're YouTubers or visual.
Yeah, true.
Which when we started this thing, we realized, wow, there is a gap here. And then now everyone's got podcasts. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but yeah, we did like, you don't think about like, oh, I can make this stuff audio as well. So I was like, we should do a podcast because we have the whole voice thing. And I think we have stuff to say and our personalities are pretty good. Like, I feel like we both like to do just chatting. We both like to answer lots of questions in chat. We like to open it up and really engage, and podcasts are great for that. So I was just like, I think we have very interesting points of view, but I also think there's a gap there's so many people trying to start to stream or content create, or they just like, they don't have the right perspective going in, and we can offer a lot of that too while meeting our guests who have all done it in different ways, which in 30 episodes, I think we've realized very clearly that everyone had a unique story. Like nobody was even close to each other, which is crazy that we're all here now.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's what I was thinking, and then I kind of was like, Paul, we should do a podcast.
Yeah.
And and you were like, dude, that all makes 100% sense. We should do it now. And then, then we went the quest for the producer that took 12 minutes, I think.
I think total 12 minutes time. Yeah.
About 12 minutes tops. You had to find that person. But my favorite part about the pod is the guests, and then kind of giving them an opportunity, because a lot of times they sit there and they have their own, like, there's things, everyone's got their thing in their when they got their thing they look for in their chat when they know it's about to get kind of hard to handle. So we all have the same experiences, but they're different in different ways. So I love that people get comfortable and then they talk about the stuff with us.
Yeah.
Like that is like annoying about streaming, or or whatever the thing about streaming is, the hard parts of streaming that they can't do their chats, because their chats are all like, you're a streamer, it's easy. And even if they're joking, it's like sometimes you really want to talk about it.
Yes.
So that's my favorite. Getting people kind of just like loose and just saying, yo, what about when they, and then we laugh at it. Funny. That's one of my favorite things. Just like people can be, they can be out of character a little bit with us.
Yes. Yeah. I would agree. Well, I mean, the reason that I personally wanted to start the podcast is because I've wanted to start a podcast for like 5 years. I love long form open discussion. I think it's incredibly helpful and healthy for everyone to do. In like, if you just have a buddy or whoever it is that you just talk with about just life and what you're going through and experiences, I think it's super healthy and an awesome release, and just a great way to learn and be a better person. So I love it. I love that period. And then I've been told that I have a face for radio, so that helped as well.
Nice.
in my decision making. Yeah, because I'm hideous. But also my favorite part of all of that and doing it, when you approached me about doing it, has since been kind of what you're saying, is all these people have similar experiences, but the stories behind them are different. So somehow the experience is the same, but how they got there in the story and why is different, which has been fascinating every time. Like, I thought that maybe the questions would get a little bit, at least for me, I can't speak for every viewer or listener, obviously, but the questions would be like, all right, like, how many times can we really ask this question? But it reveals something about each individual person that's so telling and so interesting that it hasn't gotten old yet, which is great. I'm sure some will switch up the format, but people kind of, like you said, open up a bit, and it's been great. Like, I think there's pressure to be a certain way and act a certain way when you're live or making a video, and to be a character. Like, I've had a bunch of conversations with Tim about like being Tim the Tatman or being Tim, like, and how to separate those two things, because they are different. They're very different. People think that I or Tim or even you or whoever are a certain way all the time because of the persona that we portray on stream, or the person that we are on stream. And to some extent it is us, but it's also not all of it. And we get a little glimpse of that on the pod. I understand some people are a little bit nervous about what they might want to say, or, opinions they might want to voice, but we do get a little peek behind the curtain of who they actually are. And that's been my favorite part, hands down.
Yeah, just real quick, just so everyone knows, I don't actually walk around and just yell poggers. So. Like, I don't like get a nice sandwich made. I'm like, yo, dude, poggers, dope sandwich, bro. Thanks, dude. Thanks, dude. Nice. And then I start just singing Cher. Like, that doesn't happen. I don't actually sing in front of anybody ever.
Dude, you make weird ass noises though all the time.
I never go hip hip in public.
Maybe just with Kate.
Only with Kate. No, if Kate's there,
no.
Like, and we're just walking down the sidewalk, I'll be like, hardcore parkour, and I'll just run and like jump up on the wall. I'm like, just click my heels, and she'll be like, dude, what are we doing? Sometimes I'll just start chasing her, and she'll just run away and be like, what are you gonna do? I don't even know what you're gonna do. So yeah,
I'm like a cat chasing the car, or a dog chasing the car. I don't even know what I'm gonna do when I get you. I don't know. What am I gonna do?
Yeah, like,
I love that.
He's like, you're gonna tackle me? He's gonna like pick me up and throw me? Yeah.
But there's definitely, toss me out a window. But there's definitely a certain extent, at least in my experience, because I saw someone in the chat was kind of like, I don't know if they're being sarcastic or not, but like, I didn't know that you guys were like different on stream, off stream. It's not so much that we're different. It's just kind of like, it's a
There's certain
relationship.
things we can't. Yeah. There's certain things that we don't do and do.
Yes.
Only for you.
There's like, the other day, just kind of had a hour and a half talk with my chat about like coronavirus and conspiracy theories and all this different stuff that my like boomer family is like kind of all about right now. And I typically try not to talk about that stuff for the same reason that Jordan does, in a way. Not that it hurts my merch sales or anything, but it's just like there's a public perception of you, and you could very easily damage that or alienate viewers because your views are different than theirs. I don't want people to feel alienated when they watch me or like they can't relate to me. So I just avoid those topics. They're not necessary, but I do have opinions on them.
Yeah.
Someone else would.
I have very strong opinions. I'm the same. I have very, very strong opinions on certain things.
Yeah.
And I usually keep everything. I obviously politics is something you just cannot, like, you usually can't touch it with a 10-foot pole, but like, seriously, don't even get within 50 feet of that pool or you will fall in. So that one's a big one where I just won't touch it. But usually I'm not scared to like at least try to go into the context of being an objective, because I feel like that's something that I have part of my personality that I like to talk through things like that. Like I like to solve problems and stuff. And like we had a guy yesterday, just like I said something about the contract stuff, and he was just like, he like kind of scoffed. It was like a scoff reply. It was like, you make 4 times as much as everyone here, Bob, dude. What are you whining about? Like something like that. I was like, and I explained it. And by the end, I was like, here's all the context for you, and how it's not complaining about. It's not even what you said it was. And by the end, he's like, hey, bro, I actually really appreciate that you like broke it all down for me, because now I get it, and trying to be empathetic to your situation, not from what would I do? Like, oh, that's lots for me. I'm like, that kind of stuff. So just like,
that's good.
It was nice. It was good. And again, like I said, engage things that you want to engage, and, give people the experience that you want to give them. So
love that. Well, moving right along through these questions. What have some of your favorite moments, some of your favorite months in starting stream? My favorite moments in starting stream. That is a long list.
It's just like a couple, like what's happening kind of events.
Yeah. Gosh, there is just so many. So many moments in starting stream. I'll say any charity stream I do is wild. I have a lot of anxiety about setting things up, which has hurt me in my streaming career, just like professionally. Like I don't know. I can't set things up. So like even doing some sponsor streams and like having, it's very difficult for me. So like even setting up like a bot to do this and then that, this is like all this stuff. And then added pressure that it's like, hey, by the way, this is for charity for little children. Like, and so I have a hard time with that. But I will say, whenever I actually pony up and actually do it, the community is outstanding and I have a blast, and it's just so rewarding doing. So I would say, in general, my favorite stream moments have mostly been charity streams. What about you?
I think our biggest, just for me, the whole like, I don't know, it was on par with like, is this Ascension? Like honestly, like getting called up from AAA when you're like, oh, this is the top tier. Like I'm here, and it's not real. So like when we came back from the roast, and we streamed, and no one hosted us, and we were like, combined 20,000 viewers.
Yeah,
I remember being like, like I need to be a completely different person right now when I didn't need to be. And of course, as soon as the big boys came back, they all left.
Of course.
95%. Because 5% was still a lot. So we were having a blast, with that. But like that day was like, whoa, like this, like the roast was a truly viral thing. I think it was the first thing I've been a part of that was like viral. Yes. Or felt viral.
Physically a part of, I would say, in my personal experience, physically a part of that's been viral. Yeah. Like I was there.
We were there and we saw like standing room only
Yeah.
in an auditorium, and then people were like really liking it. And
That
then
was the most petrified I've ever been. Yeah.
I love that stuff, bro. I love
Petrified.
talking in front of people, like on a stage. But one-on-one's weird for me. Is that weird? I can talk to a huge group
Interesting.
and make them laugh.
Yeah.
But I can't one-on-one. If I'm not super comfortable, I say weird stuff.
No, that explains our one-on-one conversations have been awful. So.
Oh, how are you? And I'm like, oh, you too. And they're like, what? Like that. I'm that person. It's crazy. But yeah, that I think that in our streaming career, I think that like that day, I was just like, we made the right. Like I was like, we made the right decision. Coming home was really smart. Who cares about getting drunk tonight? You know what I mean? Like that's not. Yeah. It would have been nice to meet Nick Merckx because I still haven't met him because I know that's why they stay because they wanted to hang out with Nick.
Oh yeah, dude, Nick's the man. Yeah,
and obviously he's the man. Like I think I would get along really, really well with Nick. I
think you would.
One time, he came into Discord and told me to leave when he was going to join the group for Fortnite. But he didn't know it was me. He was like, I don't know who's leaving, but get out. In the way he said it. So that's the first time I met him. And then the other day, he was just like, or I talked to him once other in Discord. And he was like, oh, what's up, man? It's great to talk to you. I've never talked to you. What's up, dude? Like that's what it is. But anyway, neither here nor there. I knew this was going to happen because I'm Trevor. This is what happens. But
classic. Yeah.
Yeah.
He really yells at himself.
Here's a great one. Do you have a pre-stream or pre-game ritual?
Oh boy.
Like what's your you're like, all right, streams in X amount of minutes. I need to do these things before I start.
All right, chat. Let's all get comfortable. Trevor's going to talk about it. All get comfortable. Go ahead.
My ritual. I got to get my fan. Because it's 9,000 degrees in here currently, still the same. So I get my fan out of my room, bring it in straight up, wrapped around. Like I'm like, all right, plug that in, get that. I got to make sure I have my drinks.
Multiple. Okay.
A 1 liter Essentia water.
Ooh, nice.
Not sponsored. Don't worry, nothing I do is sponsored. I'm not mad about it. And then some sort of highly caffeinated beverage. Currently, it's been cold brew, but for a long time it was like those Bang energy drinks.
Oh my gosh.
They're sugar free, so that's fine. It's good, dude. It's fine. And then I pop on the old lights, get the camera on, and then I play my intro.
Love it.
I mean, I do it the same exact order every time, though. That's weird. But like, you got to have all this stuff ready so you don't have to get up. That's my big thing. I need to be like, I need to not stand up for an hour. What do I need in the next hour? I look around. I go, all right, that's it. We're good. Let's go. Light it up. Listen to one song. That song goes. We play the intro. The intro is 2 minutes long. Within 5 minutes, my face is there. Boom.
Damn. All of that.
How about you?
That's good. Well, actually, recently, more recently since Corona, and Tears has been home, so she'll wake up usually before me because she has to send out an email for her students because she's a first grade teacher. If everyone doesn't know, my wife teaches first grade, and she has to send out a video for these kids. And she'll be up. She'll usually make the coffee, and I'll come downstairs maybe like an hour later because I don't need to get up at the same time she does. So I get up, come downstairs, pour myself a cup of coffee. Me and Tears talk about our day in the morning. We get our, like hugs in, like I'll see you later at the end of the day type of thing. Leave her in the office, and I come upstairs to get my water bottle that I have with me. My ActionJaxon big water bottle. It's a Twitch streamer, or Twitch rivals on the front. No big deal. Custom. Anyway, so I grab that and coffee. Come upstairs with 2 fuelings because I need 2 fuelings. I'm on a weight loss program, so I need 2 of them every 2 hours. Grab those, and I do basically the same thing. I fire up the stream. It starts though. However, my pre-stream starts the day before because at the end of stream, I take all the garbage that's piled up on my desk for an 8-hour stream, and I bring it like downstairs or throw it in the trash.
I do the same.
So I come into a clean. For me, that's super important. I need to have like at least cleared out area. It doesn't have to be like dusted, but it needs to be at least like clear of crap. So anyway, that's my routine. That's what I usually do.
It's hilarious that you said, and then I leave her in the office and I go up and I see her in like 7 hours. And Kate is literally here. She works. My wife also works remotely. She actually does, regardless of Corona or not. She would have gone home for Seattle for like a week per month, but she works here. So like literally, we just closed the door. She's out there having a meeting right now. Actually, during the recording of this podcast, she actually came earlier to open the door and go, "Hey, I'm on an important meeting for the next hour." And I'm like, and then I mouthed podcast at her, and she's like, "Oh, then I'm good because you're not going to yell on the podcast." And she just so like she'll just be like, "Hey, just so you know, so maybe you just won't yell at the top of your lungs."
Exactly. Yeah. You yell a little bit, but your conversation level right now, you're fine.
But yeah, it's the same thing. Kate and I get up, we make the bed together. That's been our thing. Like just like, all right, hey, let's make the bed.
Yeah.
So that we're not, and then it's wonderful. Then she starts to get ready for her day, and I come to the computer with my bowl of cereal, and I eat it as I fire up whoever's live at the moment and see what's going on, and then decide what games we're gonna play and see if I can jump into a group. Maybe. Literally haven't done it one time in COD. Not a single time have I wiggled my way in. My strategy for Fortnite does not work anymore. Yeah. I just go. I to be honest, I come straight to my computer. I think too fast. I think I need to like do yoga. I've started to meditate again. That's gonna get part of the thing.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I do an app called Headspace. Again, not sponsored, but and
you should ask the next question then.
Just do 3 to 5 minutes on there and just some basic ones. There's like 1,000 different ones to do now. So and I'm gonna try to get back into that. I did that every day for a year once, and I think that's a lot of the reason why I think about the things I do and do the post note thing and stuff. Trying to think
being
about
in the moment.
Being in the moment, exactly. Mm-hmm. But
go ahead.
Now we're at my favorite question.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys go about landing sponsors? Now, if you're talking about the podcast, you, the viewers and listeners, actually got us that by just tweeting at Manscaped all the time, which thank you very much for that, by the way.
Yeah.
But in terms of getting it for your stream, I have absolutely no idea. I couldn't pay someone just to say that they were sponsoring me right now. For whatever reason. In actually all reality, a lot of it has to do with the kind of brand ambassadoring the esports organization, Luminosity. Not that like Luminosity is bad. It's more like they have their own sponsor relationships, so people don't they just don't approach. They're just like, okay, well, I'm not gonna step on any.
Yeah, because they know you're in an org. Yeah, for sure.
But I'm technically actually none of that applies to me. So
are you still in Luminosity?
It's like not technically not papered. I'm not a papered member. I'm just literally I like Steve. I like Luminosity. I like Steve. Like he's a good dude, and I'll be in the stream team. F it. Like that's kind of what it was. It was never. I have to explain that to people a lot. So, but yeah, no peripherals for me. No drinks anymore. I used to have one. Now I don't.
That's tough.
I mean, I guess Teespring does my merch, but that's not a sponsorship. They just are the service I use.
More of a service. Yeah.
Do you use tons of peripherals? Like I got all kinds of Elgato stuff here. Yeah, none of those sponsor me. It's a really nice microphone. If anyone out there has a different microphone they want me to use, but they also want to give me some money to use it, I would love
Trevor just listing off all of his non-sponsorships.
So, thank you for asking this question. Paul, how do you become the face of several companies?
Being devilishly handsome is going to be a prerequisite for sure, as Jordan Fisher knows. No, my first sponsorship was Astro, and I remember being blown away because I went to MLG, Columbus, and seeing their booth and seeing all of the MLG guys, all of the teams, Optic Gaming and FaZe and all those guys wearing Astros, and I was like, damn, that's a company. That's like, those things they look dope. People were wearing them. They weren't like your typical RGB headlight, crazy headset. They looked fire. Anyway, they actually sent me a DM on Twitch and were like, hey, it was my contact there. His name is Fletch, and he was like, hey, saw your stream. Think you'd be great for the company. Blah blah blah. Let me know what you think. Whatever. And I was like, gasm. So that was pretty lit. That's my longest sponsor, hands down. I've been with them for as long as I've been streaming, pretty much 6 years. But I would say it's a combination. I won't necessarily say any of the other ones, but my favorite ones, the ones that have worked out the best, I think overall, have been ones that have come to me. Maybe that's because I'm not in an org, so there's no prerequisite. There's no I don't know, there's no thing involved
There's no
there. Like they
hurdle-
have to,
hurdle
yeah, there's no
jump, right?
hurdle. Exactly. So anyway, they came to me. I've have cold called or cold emailed a couple of sponsors like, hey, really like your stuff. You know what actually helps too? I will say this. I keep somehow hitting a button that gets me all the way to the top of the freaking podcast script, and it's driving me insane. Anyway, I've done it 10 times. I will say it's helpful that if you've used their stuff before, if you're like, hey, I like it, and would you send it to me? Like, that's weird. I mean,
Say I love your stuff.
Yeah, just say like, hey,
You're
I
cold
really love
DMing.
your
If that's
stuff.
something you're gonna do, if you're gonna cold DM or email, just be like, hey, huge fan of your stuff. This is my stuff. Boom.
Yeah, this is what I'm using now. You know, I would love to partner with you guys and see, you know, what we can do. And you're also looking to help them. Like when you cold DM someone, you're offering what you have to them because they have all the cards. They have the product, they have the name, they have the audience. You don't have that. So if you're coming to them, you're saying, hey, this is what I can offer you. I think my community would really like this. They're very much into these things or whatever it may be. I think they would appreciate it. And then you can kind of go from there and they can work out something with you if they're looking. But yeah, I've cold DM'd plenty of sponsors. So I would say, I would just encourage you to like, don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to sell yourself. That's hard, actually. Cold DMing and selling yourself is difficult if you don't like showing off, but selling yourself is important. So if that helps anyone, I hope.
Just be okay with taking no or just like no answer and moving on.
Yeah,
because
keep
you
moving.
do it 50 times, you might get one. You know what I mean? Or down the road that they'll remember you, like, oh, that guy DM'd me once.
Yes, exactly. And we've said this before a million times in the podcast, but if you go to like a PAX East or whatever, oh gosh, please just make friends with people. Like, don't go up to someone who, like, I don't know, is like the head of Origin and be like, hey, here's my card. Like, cool, I got 50 of these an hour ago. Like, okay, cool. But like, I don't know, strike up a conversation. Maybe they ask you what you do, and there's your in. Like, hey, what do you do? Like, oh, funny you ask. I'm actually a content creator. I love this stuff. Like, this is great. You can kind of go from there. But go for a conversation and relationship. Don't go for, hey, I want this DX Racer chair in my office.
And if your problem with doing that is like, I don't want this person to think I'm weird. Well, then who gives a shit what that person thinks? Yeah. Like you just kind of gotta, and trust me, I'm bad fighting that battle every day. But you just like, you know, just go for it because you're just not gonna be happy. Like you're gonna be like, wow, I should have went, I should have tried it. You know,
yeah.
And like you can't help but to talk to people and just make friends and find common interests and normal human stuff.
Yes,
but
Paul, I also had someone. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, sorry, I was gonna ask, has anyone given you a card? Like not a company,
oh my gosh.
Just like another streamer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, tons of times.
Yeah.
Tons of times. Absolutely. And it to be honest, like I don't, because I want to address, I actually had someone in chat ask a really good question. It comes off a little bit weird, at least to me, when someone hands me their card, it's like, oh, you want to have a business relationship. Like that's what you're looking for. Like we're talking, we're hanging out, like you have purple hair and I'm just here, like we're talking. And all of a sudden it's like, by the way, I stream on Twitch. It's like, cool, man. Like I do too. You know, we're both
really wearing a partner badges.
Like we get it.
I can see that.
That's why we're all here. So like we're both in the partner lounge. Of course we stream, like, I don't know, stuff like that. So that comes off weird. I would say keep the business cards for companies, not for other streamers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it doesn't hit as well.
Unless they're like, yo, what's your, like, if you have a weird name.
Sure.
And they're like, how do you spell it? And you're like, dude, I literally have it written here. Like, here, just take this. This says it right here. So you have a reference. But if you're just like, hey, we should connect. Like
exactly. Yes, we should connect.
By the way, we all do everything on the internet. So you handing me a piece of paper for something is super out of our space anyways. So like,
I don't know, scan this thing into an app.
I've done it a couple times and I like the people too. And to be honest, like there was nothing wrong with it. It just was, I don't think it was working the way that they were hoping it would. I don't think it works that well to do that kind of stuff. But just meeting. Networking is not a negative thing; it's a positive thing. Because networking is the same thing as just making friends. It's just like the context of it being business related is the part that everyone's like, oh, I don't want to network, but I want to make friends. I don't want to network, but I want to be part of a community. Like those things aren't mutually exclusive. They can both happen.
Yeah.
So.
And then really quick, someone just asked in chat, like, you know, any idea what they're looking for numbers wise or social media following? Typically, idea. I'll be there's nowhere to really know, but you'd be surprised how many websites for things like peripherals and whatnot have application pages on their websites that you can go.
I know HyperX does.
Yeah,
for sure.
A ton of them do. So just go there. They'll ask you what they want.
Yeah, that works too. They have partnership programs. A lot of people do, and you can apply. And it's like very similar to like Twitch. So I would say start there actually.
Yeah. It's a great place to start.
Yeah, for sure.
Paul, story time. What?
I don't know. I want to know what this question is. Like, I want to know the answer to this.
Paul, story time. Okay, this is odd. I'm just gonna read this verbatim. I remember once at Tim's old house, you came over, said something like, "Hey guys, how's it going?" and shut the stream off.
Did you do that? You just shut his stream off?
Yeah, that sounds like me. How is Paul then different from ActionJaxon now? P.S. Didn't you have a different name back then? Yeah, we talked about that. I was Black Paul back then. I don't know that he's different. I'm still a troll when it comes to Tim. Because thing is, real quick story. Me and my buddy from the Air Force, Mike, and Chris. You guys may be seen on the video of me and those guys like hijacking Tim's stream. We like taped him up to a chair and gagged his mouth and like put whipped cream all over his face. It was great. It was great. And then we all got naked. No, so we did that. We put it on the stream, but we did that because like Tim can get a big head. He can get like real cocky out of nowhere. I'm not sure where it comes from, but he can get real cocky. Like every now and then we'll refer to himself as Tim the Tam, and I'm like, shut your damn mouth. Like he'll in like third person, he's like, yeah, you want Tim the Tam, you got to do this. Like, shut up, Tim. You shut your mouth. You're normal Tim. So I'll say that to him to his face. So anyway, he's like that sometimes, and that's probably what it was. He was like probably on one. He was like, I'm like the best, or like he didn't want to come hang out with us, and so I was like, hey guys, how's it going? And then just like hit end stream. Because I'm a huge dick. This was back by 2012 or something like that.
Yeah. Only when it was 1,000 people. Yeah.
It wasn't a big deal.
That's super funny. But now you would like. Okay, so when I was DJing, like when you were so if you did a set and someone else was coming in like to play after you, and they weren't using the same decks. So for example, if you had like a control, like if you were using like a controller plugged into a deck of like the CD DJs that are sitting there that all the other DJs use. So like if you were like college kid, usually we're using controllers because they're cheaper, right?
Yep.
But then like the headliner would come in and if he like reached over and touched, like tried to like line your last song into his first song, but was like touching your thing to like get it lined up. That's like a no. You don't touch other people's DJ shit.
Oh yeah.
Like you let them finish before you start yours. It's not like get out of the way, I'm going to use your stuff. Like that's just like what are you doing? Like reaching over you or something. So like streaming is like if you touch my starting or my go, like if you came in and just plugged my computer or something, Kate did that, I would lose it. And it wouldn't even be that big of a deal, but I was just like, don't touch my stuff. Like it's like this is like our tool. So it's funny. Like now he would be like, dude, what?
Oh no, he would lose his mind because it was also like not that much of a business back then. It wasn't that business minded. Like, and honestly, like your stream went down every other stream. It was so inconsistent back then. Anyway, it was like whatever. Down. Like everything was so unstable back then.
Yeah.
In the Wild West. So, but yeah, that's super random. It's really funny.
That is funny. That guy's an OG.
That was wow. Well, Trevor, and by both of us. What was the first video game you guys ever played, and for what console? Or what video game was the one that made you fall in love with video games in general? Ooh. First video game or your favorite game that made you fall in love with games? My first video game was Super Mario Brothers. I love that game for the NES. I'm so sorry. I misspoke. It's Super Mario World. I'm sorry. Super Mario World for the SNES, not the NES. So, sorry that we had that. No, we don't have that anymore. But it was great. Loved it. And I liked video games a lot. But what made me fall in love with video games, I think, was actually, like, if I'm going to be honest, it was GTA 3.
Dang.
I freaking loved that game on PS2, and I played the hell out of it. And then it kind of was all downhill from there. Yeah.
Now we're here.
Yeah. What about you, Trev?
Mine was Super Mario Brothers on NES, the original. And then the second one, very, very quickly after, because I have a brother who's 6 years older than me, was Contra.
Contra. Oh, wow.
People who don't know about Contra, the premise is you're like, these badass like military dudes like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you're fighting against aliens trying to take over Nicaragua. That is literally
Why
the
are the
premise.
aliens just trying to take over Nicaragua?
No
Why is that the
idea. There's no
only
explanation.
location?
We have no idea. It's just the weirdest. Like, now that I think back, like the weirdest game ever. You're fighting aliens, you're fighting guys, and you're fighting aliens. You're like, what's happening right now? But Contra, yes. But the games that got me going was Blizzard's Warcraft series, like 1, 2, and 3. 3, Frozen Throne with all the custom games, was probably what I spent the most time in when I was like in middle into high school. We did map editors and Warcraft 2, and my best friend's dad built computers, like I've said lots of times. They had all kinds of games, Empire Earth, all the RTSs, Command and Conquer.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I mean, we never really got Age of Empires. We never really got into StarCraft, which was weird. It was like the biggest one.
That is kind of odd.
And then WoW came out, and I was actually late to WoW by like a year because of League. So
interesting. Okay.
But yeah, the biggest one that we spent all the time on, just like making up maps and playing together and like spending too much time on it, was probably Warcraft 3 was the one. I love video games. That, or in high school, Halo 2, or middle school, Halo 2.
Yeah. Yes.
But that was like console and PC was like the unlocking, like the time and the what you can do with it was just like there's just so many different games. Like, I was
so
always
much potential.
Yeah, I just figured, I was like, dude, I like PC way better than consoles. They're just better. Like, I just like it better. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool. So I would always have one, so my buddies could, while I was playing WoW, could just like hang out on the couch by me and play Call of Duty or something. Yeah,
exactly.
Like, I had one, but I never played it myself. So yeah, definitely Warcraft, and yeah, Super Mario Bros. NES. NES, come on, bro.
Perfect.
Sick. We're old. Shit. Okay, here's a great one for you.
Okay.
If you could create a business from the ground up and have it be revolutionary, what kind of business would it be?
Oh,
so I'm assuming you're picking kind of one that, like, which big one now would you want to would you want to have?
Interesting. Okay, go ahead.
Mine, I would be I would want to be Steve Jobs. Apple.
Okay.
I'm interested in Apple just because it's technology, dude. It's like innovating from a why people are using shit way. Like, that's really interesting to me. So it's like I don't know, it's like they created devices that marketed themselves, if that makes sense. That was kind of like, it was built in. They did that better than anybody. So that's interesting. I don't know, from me being business minded, I'm interested in that aspect of it. What about you?
It's super cool. I think, in a way, if we're talking about like a company that already exists, I feel like I kind of feel the same. I worked for Apple for a long time, and I actually kind of feel the same in a way. Like, it would have been really cool to be ground floor of Apple and help build that up to what it is today, for sure. If I'm saying my own personal company, like, if I could just like boom, start anything right now, full capital. Oddly enough, this feels kind of weird, but like I feel like I would really want to be at the ground floor of like an energy company. But like a renewable energy company, some form of renewable energy. I find that fascinating, and I feel like that's if there was some sort of, this is really lame. I don't really believe in this, but if there was something holding back aliens from contacting us, I think it's our dependence on fossil fuel. So I feel like I would be all about harnessing some sort of internal power source. Would be super cool.
Dude, space is so cool.
Space
That's
is
why
awesome.
Interstellar is the best movie ever.
Space is, I love space. Yeah, I would never want to go there in a million years, but I like it.
Another thing that's not a hashtag ad, dude, Into the Vast or Vast into the Vast Night, whatever, the freaking Amazon movie that's coming out tomorrow.
Oh, I didn't know anything about it.
I don't know. It's been in every single ad besides the shout ad with freaking Josh OG. Other than that, on Twitch, it's been Vast in the Night or Into the I don't know.
Vast,
probably
the Vast of the Night.
The Vast of the Night. It looks like Steven Spielberg, like, you know, alien UFOs, but it's got it like did a bunch of it got a Sundance Award and stuff.
Oh wow!
And it's a movie. It comes out tomorrow, so I'm gonna watch the shit out. I mean, not even sponsored. Like, just it looks sick. I'm like, this looks awesome. I don't know what it's about. It looks awesome. But
okay.
Anyway, aliens, dude. Now you said that, man. Like, and not only that, renewable energy. You're actually like, you feel like you're doing something.
You feel like you're making a difference. Yeah, I wouldn't want to just do something of like, we make plastic cups here. It's like, okay, like, all right, cool. You make
renewable
fences.
Energy, dude, I'm with you.
Yeah. Whenever I like hear of some company that does like some random ass thing, like, oh yeah, we make the poles that hold up monitor arms for like, what? How the hell did you get?
How do you get in that? No, there's like, people. I have a buddy whose dad. I asked him. I asked him personally. He was like, he makes the. He makes things that go with household plumbing. So like basically they invented like the fixtures that can like, so you can swap out septic tank and then like sewer line. Like you can have both or something. I don't, but I'm like, he's like, yeah. I make the pieces that like are interchangeable. I'm like, how did that? Like, and it's his business and he made it. And I asked him, I was like, how did that happen? He goes, honestly, a college buddy just told me there was a gap in our area. And it was just like, we were just looking for like something to do. Yeah. And that's it. It just kind of happened. And he goes, and we weren't like, oh, we're going to grow this crazy huge. We just did it. And we're like, oh, this is working. Oh, now we do this now. Like, that's how it works.
I feel like there's a difference in like, you fill a need because there's a need in a community for a service or a product or whatever. And that's fine. That's totally fine. At that point, I feel like you are business focused. If you are building something that's like actively affects day-to-day lives, like in a positive way, like you make, like I said, your energy company, or you make even iPhones to a certain extent, like personal computers, like that's like a passion. I don't know that anyone's passionate about like faucet grommets, you know?
That's true. Yeah. I think it's just,
Maybe you are.
A lot of it is just like businesses that are handed down through the family or like where their great grandfather invented it when it was actually like a big deal. And we just have no context. Like a lot of it's that, but it is interesting that the whole thing. But yeah, I think renewable energy is awesome. I drive a Tesla. I'm saving the world every day. So, whatever.
Yeah. Look at you, dude. You're
costs like no energy to make the battery either. Don't let the propagandists get you guys.
All right. Our next question. I'm looking forward to this one. This is gonna be great. What was your favorite cartoon growing up? So for me, I'm thinking back and it's a tie between two things. It's either going to be Spider-Man the Animated Series on Fox Kids every Saturday morning, or it's all Saturday morning cartoons, or it's going to be Beast Wars. I freaking loved those two things growing up. Those were my dad would record them on VHS so I could watch them later if I missed a Saturday morning. It was great. Yeah,
I can honestly say I've not watched more than an hour of either one of those things.
What? Oh!
Was Beast Wars on Fox Kids too?
Beast Wars was on Fox Kids, yeah.
That's what it was. I just watched Rugrats. Straight up.
I love Rugrats. Yeah. Oh,
Nickelodeon, though. I was Nickelodeon, and then Bren and Stimpy, and Bren and Stimpy and Rock's Modern Life, all those Angry Beavers, all the super weird ones that if you watch now, you're like, what was this?
You had cable and I didn't. So I got the free cartoons and you got the paid for ones. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be honest. I'm lucky that I was the youngest. My oldest sister is 10 and a half years older than me. My the sister closer is 9 years older than me. And my brother's 6 years older than me. So like I had three kids, like progressing through our family's entertainment options well before I was able to enjoy them. So they paved the road for me. Like there was no like me like being like, I wish I could watch stuff. No, we were watching it because there's three kids. And my parents were like, shut up. We're getting cable. Shut the hell up.
Dude, that was my life. My parents got rid of and got cable 4 times when I was a kid. I had to constantly talk them back into it. Like, come on, Ma. Like it's $13 a month. We can't afford it.
Mom, I'm gonna be a terror. You better let me give him 2 hours in the morning.
You're not gonna like this.
You're not gonna like this at all. But yeah, Rugrats top to bottom. I was Tommy. Me and Tommy were boys.
Okay, whatever.
I was just like, you know what? I'm the alpha.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, I'm the only one that can get out of our pen every day.
Oh my god!
Even though everyone else in our crew has seen me do it 1,000 times, none of them can do it, but I can.
You're Tommy Pickles.
I'm Tommy Pease.
Oh my god!
By the way, freaking butter and whatever the hell pickles suck ass. Just so everyone knows. What is it? Bread and butter flavored pickles. Oh,
pickles shouldn't be sweet. You're wrong if you like those.
Dill's the best.
Yeah.
All right. Here's a great one. Can Trevor May go yard off an ActionJaxon fastball? And the answer is going to surprise you guys. No.
100%.
I'm pretty sure that Paul would have as much success against me as I would against him, and that's none. I am an absolute laughing stock in the batter's box. I hit BP before, and I just go oppo and just hit like little fillet line drives in right field, and like I can't pull the ball at all. And I haven't swung. Like I stopped hitting when I was 16. Like I didn't even I pitched only in high school. So yeah. I'm out like half of my life I haven't hit. So I just can't hit. So you could be throwing 80, you could be throwing 75, and I probably won't take you deep. I might hit ball out in the field.
Yeah,
a little bit, but I'm not gonna go. I can't. You could put it on tee. You could be soft tossing it to me, and I don't think I go yard. I just don't think I can get the ball underneath the ball. I can't hit it hard enough. I'm just like I have a bad swing. So
it's a lot of body.
What do you think, Paul? Do you think you could do it? You would strike me out? Because I'm certain you would.
Oh no, Trevor, 100%. I'd absolutely strike you out. There's no.
Yeah, okay, cool.
There's no chance. Yeah.
Good. I'm glad we got that.
Pitcher in high school and college. I mean, pretty much, basically a pro.
Pretty much.
Throw low to mid 90s. You know, I know what I'm doing.
Spoken like a person that hit like 94 once and was like, yeah,
okay,
low to mid, dude. Low to mid.
I'm pretty sure there's an Instagram story of me throwing harder than you. So it's there. It was like a state fair. It happened. We'll pull it up. Anyway.
I just fun fact. I actually went to the Minnesota State Fair in 2018 and threw 97 on the gun. They were like, what the hell? Like, who's he play for? And my wife's like, Kate's like, the Twins. What? Look at him. Like, does this guy look like he's in college? He looks like he's 40. Who do you think he plays for?
He's gigantic. Look at him.
Stupid he is.
Look how stupid he is. Oh my gosh. All right, we're burning through these questions.
We're almost there.
How hard/important is finding a balance between your online and offline lives? What do you do to try to maintain the balance? It's highly important for me. Very, very important. I learned a lot from working at Apple, and one of them was work-life balance. They really like to stress that. I'm not sure how much they do it anymore, but they did when I started. And it was very important to separate those two things. So I try to have whole days where I won't look at email. I won't respond to messages. Even if someone messages me, I try my best, unless it's important, I'll respond if it's important. But other than that, I try to completely distance myself to give myself that time and separation. So it's very important to me. And I do that by having at least try to have one whole day or 12-hour period where I just don't do anything stream related. So what about you?
Wow. I don't do that at all. I'm terrible at it. It's probably good for my, I just love it. I don't know. I'm just like, oh, emails. What's next? So I mean, it might just be but I think that burns me out more often than not. No, I think that what we talked about earlier with like how we wake up with our wives and we do these, we do our routine. That's important. And another thing that like you do extremely well, and Tim's another guy does extremely well. They like, we don't just say, oh, today we're streaming 12 hours. We don't do that. We have families and we're pretty good at being strict about that stuff. And I think it's important that you realize too that like you don't actually want to go do 12-hour streams all the time. Like it's actually drains you so much that you're like, man, the last 4 hours of that I had no energy. Like why'd I even do that? And it's nice to have someone be like, hey, you think you're tired? And you're like, yes, I am. You're right. I need to just go. Tell me I'm done, please. Thank you. So yeah, that's all part of it. I mean, Kate's gotten into cooking. We're like trying to do dinner with each other every night. Like last night. So tonight, for example, I don't stream tonight. usually. Like Thursdays are not my stream day. So tonight I'm playing EFT, sorry. Escape from Tarkov because it's wipe day with Paul and Jen. And I said, hey, can I just like stream, like stay up later than I usually do and play? Like we just won't watch our show tonight. And she's like, yeah, it's fine, but we're gonna go on a hike on Friday. So tomorrow I'm not streaming. Surprise. So so tomorrow we're gonna go hang out with each other. But like that was just like the push and pull. Like you gotta, a lot of people don't have significant others, and you gotta create that stuff for yourself. Like you might be single, younger, or whatever it is. And you just like find what's like when you're most productive, then give yourself limits, and then like balance like how much brain energy you need to put towards things. So you can be like, oh, I can do email after I'm done streaming because I just don't need that much brain energy, or before because you forget to do it all the time, like that kind of stuff. So that would be how I balance it. And again, I gotta play baseball too, so like it's just hyper communicate. You gotta be over communicate and with the people that are going to be affected by it, and go from there. It's actually not as hard as people think it is. It's just you just got to get in a routine.
Yeah, I completely agree. All that's very important.
All right, what's your favorite and least favorite thing about playing Escape from Tarkov with each other? Well, my favorite thing is our insane high level communication skills.
Yeah.
No, we're just freaking funny. I'm laughing the whole time. We're all laughing the whole time. And since Jen's come aboard the family, like it's really hard not to just cry laughing once an hour at least, like in tears. But yeah, my least favorite thing is just being shot. In general.
Yeah.
I can be with them or not with them, but I feel like I'm being shot a lot when I'm with them.
Being shot.
Sometimes by my teammates.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's not a thing. My favorite thing about playing EFT with these guys are the call outs. They're gold. My least favorite thing about playing EFT with these guys is the call outs. Because they're awful.
It's gonna be really interesting how tonight goes. How slowly we're gonna move.
It's like trying to figure out. Dude, it's awful. It's terrible. It's like call-outs are like that game where you have the cardboard box and there's something on the other side of it and you have like armholes on either side and you're trying to figure out like what it is. That's what call-outs are like when we play. They're like, what is it? I don't know what this is. Is it a sponge or is it a goat? I don't know what it is. That's what the call-outs are like. Yeah.
Like I'm calling out stuff that doesn't, like I'm saying them wrong or like they don't make sense. And then Jen like just goes, like I shot. And you're like, where? And she's like, over there, Paul. And you're like, what?
Yes.
And she's being.
You know what you do too? Not to keep on this for too long. You know what you do? I just realized the other day. You give calls for other people. So if I'm like, "Hey Jen, where you at?" You're like, "She's upstairs in the third floor," and I didn't ask where you think she is.
Well, yeah, I do it for Jen because I know she's gonna be like, down here. I'm down here. Duh. And like, she never told you that. And you're like, what?
It's true.
So yeah, actually, to be honest, I've talked to Chad about my call. I'm like, I think in this game you just gotta over communicate. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm on purpose saying, I'm going over here. I'm going over here. I'm going over here. There's 4 of us, bro. It's like we regular play with 4 of us. Everyone else who plays games like 4 is so many.
It's a lot of people to communicate with. Absolutely. Everything.
Like I can't hear anything because people are talking the whole time. But like that's just what it is.
Everything is Black Bishop. Black Bishop.
Everything's Black Bishop. Still don't know. Now I know White Pawn is underneath the dome. Black Pawn is the other one perpendicular to that one, and then Black Bishop is the computer room.
Very good.
That's and Rook is. I finally got it, but rest assured, today I'm gonna be like White Bishop, and we're gonna be nowhere near it.
Well, if we want to get to play, we got to burn through these questions.
All right, cool. All right,
no disrespect to people that asked them.
We just didn't know that we were going to do this long. Anyway, it's fine. It's you're loving it.
Oh, absolutely. So this could be a long-winded one, so I'm going to keep it as short as possible. But what things are you passionate about outside of games? What do you hope people see in video games and streaming in the future? I'm passionate, as I kind of mentioned earlier, about conversation and developing relationships with people. I enjoy that greatly. So I really love doing that. I love games, obviously, as well, but I really like intentional, thoughtful conversation. So those are I really enjoy those. That's why I love the podcast so much. And what do I hope to see in video games in the future? I mean, probably more diversity in a couple ways. One, both in gender and race, but also in just variety of people that have a decent amount of viewership. So like just kind of spread the wealth out a little bit more in a way where Twitch can maybe alter the algorithm to get more people, more views. Not that I'm like, oh, I need to get more views for my channel. Like Twitch is hold me down. Like, I don't think that. I just think that there's like really good content creators that could perform better if they were given a slight window of opportunity to like shine. That's all.
I agree with that. There's room for improvement there for sure.
Yeah. What about you?
What am I passionate about outside of games? I'm realizing more and more that like people like, do you like traveling? Do you like vacationing? I hate vacationing. I hate traveling, but I won't. That'll all change when I have kids and I'm done playing baseball, because baseball is just all it is travel, and then being told what to do, where to go, and what to do all the time, and you're just looking forward to the next 6 hours. Like basically your whole life is just that. And I understand a lot of other people do that, but like, you know, you guys have weekends where you're like, this weekend I'm doing nothing. I can never do that the whole season. Not one time. Even off day, it's like we're usually in the city that we're like we're going to Kansas City for the off day. I'm like, why? You know, now I got to stream on the, like, I think I'm like, I got to stream on my laptop for the off day instead of on my home setup. You know, like that's the kind of things I think of, and it's like that nonstop. So that's something that I've never liked. I do not like it. I still don't. And in the season, I'm just like, it's fine, like because it's easy. It's not hard. Like whatever, you just get in a routine, and then it's fine. But like, it's just something when I'm done, I'm just not gonna like. I'm never gonna be like, let's go for this weekend. Let's go to Vegas and let's go over here and visit these people. That's just not what I'm gonna do. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lump it all together for 2 weeks, and then I'm staying home for a year.
Yes,
like that's exactly. And then I'll have kids, and then I'll care about what they want more than what I want, because that's what happens. And then it'll all go out. Then I'll be like, oh, let's go to Disneyland because they're gonna love it. Like, who cares what if I like it? That's what's gonna happen. I know that's gonna happen eventually, but right now it's not. So the things I like, I'm obsessed with like data. It's so nerdy. I'm such a nerd. But like, not kidding. All the data built around streaming content and like how people are trying stuff and trying new stuff and then seeing how it works, trying to like getting feedback and do it. Like that process is something I'm super interested in. So I think business is something that I'm going to be doing full time eventually, like behind the scenes. Like I won't be like streaming and then also aside. Like that'll be my full time thing. I'll have my own business when I'm done, probably in media, playing baseball. That is, because I'll be 36 and 37, and like who knows what the streaming thing will be here. But like, what do I hope to see in video games streaming in the future? Streaming wise, again, diversity is huge. More people just trying new stuff. Keep doing that. And I think there's room for development and getting people opportunities to grow, and the virality of a platform is important now for the highest talented, because highest talent people, individuals that have good stuff going, that gives them an opportunity to get seen faster, and for I don't know, dreams to be realized faster. That's a big thing. But a big thing for streaming in the future, I just hope that people use their voices and continue to kind of be cognizant of what they're saying and how they with the advent of more people being on the internet, they become more self-aware of the things they're saying. I think that's valuable. Yeah. Especially people who have indirect influences over large amounts of people. A lot of them are baseball players. They don't stream a lot, but it's just kind of an example. But then they get on stream and they have to like realize that what they're saying or what they're doing could be changed a little bit. And if that's what makes them realize that, then that's great. So I think it exposes who we are, social media and streaming does. And I hope that continues to be a force for good. People keep getting better and making, and all the stuff we do with charity and stuff too. That's great. I hope that continues to be a trend that everyone's using the stream for too. So those are the big things. I think we're positively trending on all of those for sure.
I agree. I think it's definitely gotten better from where it was even just 2 years ago. Yeah.
All right, last question of the list, and then we're going to do some quick other things, then we'll leave you alone, guys. What advice do you have for my kids? This person is a teacher, and during this time, the COVID, basically a bunch of stuff's canceled. What advice do we have for the kids while they're trying to get through it? My biggest thing is there's a lot of things that you have control over that you can still do right now. If you're into sports or you're into, you're trying to get into a good college and you can study, you be studying, or, you're into film, you could be making films. Like you could do all kinds of stuff on your own. And just know that a lot of this has to do with FOMO and people like, oh, I'm missing out on this portion of my life. Like, I'm missing out on playing my senior year, or I want to play in college. But I didn't have my senior year. How am I going to get to college? Those are all solvable problems. And just know that everybody else is also in the same situation. So part of the problem for me, for example, when I got Tommy John, was other people were taking steps forward in their careers while I was standing still. That's what crushed me. Like, I hated that. It drove me crazy. And a lot of that is like, hey, I really want to, like, all my friends are like, when your friends are having fun, but you're stuck at home, like you're grounded. Like, that's not what's happening. Everybody's grounded. So you're not missing anything. So just know that you have opportunities to improve things that where you would have been busy otherwise, improve those things that you're really passionate about, or discover those things now. And just know that when stuff starts up, everyone's going to be starting up together, and you're all going to have those, you're going to have other experiences with those same people that you're missing. So it's going to happen. They're not having experiences without you. You guys are going to have, it's going to happen. Just, you got to be patient.
Yeah. I feel the same way. I would say same thing. It's fine to grieve about the things you're not able to do or graduate or walk or whatever. And I get that. I'll tell you that they are, at least for me, they end up being just fine memories. They're fine. Like, I don't like looking back at my high school graduation and think, man, I'm so glad I got to do that. Like, it was cool. I'm fine now. If it didn't happen, like, life goes on, you'll be all right. Without those things. And also, I think, take some comfort in, like Trevor said, everyone's missing something. Everyone had something taken from them that they weren't able to do. So you're not alone. You're not the only person going through it. So yeah, perspective is important. Also, advice for students: listen to your parents, because I guarantee they're going more crazy than you are, hands down. Probably losing their minds with you at home. So just think about them.
Yeah, think about how you're the worst, and
eat your Go-Gurt and shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
Seriously, love it. Now, if you guys didn't hear the beginning, you certainly will now. This podcast is brought to you by Manscaped. The flowers are blooming. Brooming? They're blooming. The grass is growing, and it's time to mow your lawn. Thanks to our sponsor, Manscaped, you can trim the hedges below the belt safely and efficiently. I'm talking about ball trimmers, dude. Manscaped is here to make sure your balls are smooth and smelling nice. After all, it's time for some spring cleaning. Manscaped is the only man's brand dedicated to below the belt waist grooming. They've forever changed the grooming game with their Perfect Package 3.0 precision engineered tools for your family jewels. That's Trevor's favorite line that they have.
No, it's spring cleaning is my favorite line now.
The Perfect Package 3.0 kit comes with the Essential Lawnmower 3.0, waterproof, cordless body trimmer, and a ton of other liquid formulations to round out your manscaping routine. This third generation trimmer features cutting edge ceramic blade to reduce manscaping accidents. Millions of balls are about to be nick free thanks to Manscaped's advanced skin safe technology. Manscaped obsesses over technology to provide you with the best tools for your grooming experience, and they only use the best ingredients in their formulations. I love the formulations. It's not formulas, it's formulations. Inside the Perfect Package, you'll also find the Manscaped Crop Preserver, which I actually used right after my shower today. A little spritz, fantastic. And anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturizer. It's starting to get hot outside, and this is crucial, so your balls stop sticking to your leg.
Christ.
And as our treat, you'll find the Crop Reviver, which will keep your balls smelling fresh, just like spring flowers. Subscribe to the Perfect Package and get new replacement blade to refill your lawnmower trimmer delivered to your home every 3 months, making sure your trimmer always stays hygienic and clean. For limited time, subscribers get 2 free gifts. The Shed Travel Bag. Remember, it's a shed. It's a lawnmower. Put it in the shed. You'll get it. $39 value, by the way. And the patented high-performance reduced chafing Manscaped boxer briefs, which I wore just the other day, and I'll tell you, they're delightful. This is the perfect package for your perfect package. 20% off and free shipping with code MCA at manscaped.com. That's MCA at manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping. Do yourself a favor. Always use the right tools for the job. Boom!
It's a hair trimmer, guys. It's great. Really use the thing. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Trims your
you
frickin'
shave your
balls,
arms too.
bro.
Like they're really leaning into like there's an area that needs to be trimmed. Yeah, works really
It's your
well.
nut sack, dude.
You trim your nutsack. Yep.
Trim it.
All right. Really quickly, our guest specific event. There is a guest specific event for Paul and I that we would like to touch on very quickly before we move on to our game with our friend PM, who you have heard giggling several times throughout the podcast. He will be speaking very, very soon. But before we get there,
shut up, PM. Not yet.
Okay.
Stream teams. Paul and I are starting stream teams. So I don't know what his detail are yet, but I do know that stream teams are a feature that have been on Twitch for a while. I have been doing community kind of highlight videos for a lot of these smaller streamers that are follow me on Twitter or on Twitch or whatever. Have been sending me over their best clips, and we're just making up cool montage videos. Which gave me the idea that if there were a stream team, people who are thinking along the same lines or play with each other, or play the same games, or kind of are trying to, build up their streams and have gotten a little bit of traction going there, that we can bring them all together and then we can start creating really interesting community-wide events. For example, Nick Merckx, this isn't a stream team related thing, but Nick Merckx does the MFAM Gauntlet now with the game that he plays, Call of Duty. That's really, really cool. It's not really, but it's like a way to activate his community, and it's like put on by his community. So a lot of people are keeping score and helping him. His mods are helping him do all the artwork and all the cool stuff. And that's a really cool way for him to get everyone involved. So I was thinking, hey, what if we started pitting stream teams against other stream teams in events and such? Now, obviously there's a bunch of stuff that would need to happen for those things to happen. But I said that to Jordan Fisher yesterday. I was like, "Yo, we're starting a stream team. We're gonna challenge a Fish fam to a thing." And then he said, "We will shit on you." Quote. And I was like, "Whoa!" I'm like, Jordan, I hadn't heard you swear in a while on your stream, and you just said you're gonna shit on me. So I was taken aback, and but he's very competitive. I'm very competitive. Paul's competitive. There's lots of other stream teams out there that we could get involved. So you can apply to mine. I have a link up now. It is if you go into my chat at any point, because they all come up, you can just go !Mayday. It's called Team Mayday. That's our stream name. It's sick. I know. Like wee Mayday.
Wow, man, we need help. We're really bad.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Yeah. Come save me, Trevor. You're the best streamer on the team. So we're doing that. We're doing applications there, and we're going to come up with all kinds of really cool stuff to do it. I wanted to just touch on that during the pod because I think that some of you guys, this is all about content and growing and blah, blah, blah. A lot of you guys might make your own content. Maybe you want to be involved. So I know that Paul talked about it too. He's like, yo, dude, I might do it too. So like, Paul, what do you got going? What are you thinking? What do you?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of what you said obviously applies. I love the whole inner stream team rivalry. I'm really excited personally about like having a level of community where we can, host and rate each other, and kind of get some exposure to other people who want to be a part of the stream team and who have similar values. Because there's always like who are you gonna rate, who you gonna host, and it's like I pick the same couple of people maybe, or someone suggests someone I've never seen them before. So this will kind of help alleviate some of that, and just give us a chance to all kind of play together. So that'd be really exciting. So I'm pumped about it. I'm not 100% sure on the name, but I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be the Paul-tatos. So that's going to be our stream name because we're a bunch of potatoes. So
just do, hi, I'm Paul.
Yeah, that's stupid. I'm not going to do that. But yes, stream teams. I'm very excited about that. Can't wait to get that going with you and challenge you, and then also shit on you. So.
Sweet.
Yep.
Cool. Really cool. Really great. Game time. PM, come on in, dude.
Get your ass in here, PM.
I'm back in the corner.
What's the game called?
The game is Factor or Fable.
Yeah.
the superior game.
I'm like, man, I can't wait to not play Paul's game. Okay. No.
I know, right? I have 5 numbers for you. Okay.
Okay.
So as you guys know, there is a correct answer and a wrong answer, but I will read both stories.
Okay.
Some are related to esports, some are baseball, and some are just random. So
Okay.
best of luck to the both of you. And we'll start with the first number. The number is 5. Okay, 5. Is it the age of a kid in Utah? No, yes, Utah, that was stopped by police while driving on an interstate highway after those same police suspected the driver was impaired? Okay. Or is it the age of a kid who calmly walked away from a brown bear in Italy while his dad filmed it?
5 years old. You can't reach the pedal. I'm going bear.
Going bear? Okay.
I'm going bear.
Trevor, you're on mute, but whatever you want to do.
I'm going bear.
You going bear? Okay.
Yeah.
Paul, I'm gonna rely on you for the noises here.
Hit me with it.
Okay, can you guys both do the noise?
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so the correct answer is a 5-year-old. Okay.
No freaking way.
Now here's the story. A 5-year-old wanted to buy a Lamborghini, okay, in Utah, but his mom said no. So he took his mom's minivan and told the cops he was going down to California to buy one himself with $3 in his wallet.
I love the $3 in his wallet. That's what an OG.
And the bear, a 12-year-old kid, was hiking in northern Italy, and his dad happened to be filming him walking, and as he was going up the hill, a brown bear comes out of nowhere. And it's actually a terrifying video because this bear is about 10 feet from the kid. But the kid said after that he learned in class a couple of days before to not make any sudden movements and to not look at the bear and calmly walk away. After he walked away, he said it was the most badass moment of his life. So there you go.
Holy frick.
Sick, dude.
Yeah, talk about crazy.
Okay,
So,
never mind. That guy's the OG. Holy frick.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
all right,
That's wild.
0-0. Come on.
All right.
Next number, 100,000. Okay.
Okay.
Is it a woman who won the jackpot from making money off face masks in Oregon? So she made the face mask and bought a lottery ticket. Or is it the amount of money Doug Sensor Martin lost in sponsorships due to the restrictions of the new Call of Duty League?
What was the number again?
100,000.
I'm going to say sponsorship.
Okay.
That's the first one.
First
I think
one.
I think I lost more than that.
Okay. Paul, I'm gonna have you do a ding for yourself and an ant for Trevor.
Trevor gets sucked.
Actually, wait. Which one was it? Sorry, repeat that again.
Wait,
Paul, which one did you say again?
I said the sponsorships.
Sorry. Okay, cool, got it. I got the voices confused because you're very similar. So
Are you?
the correct no, you're right. The correct answer is the sponsorships. It's $100,000.
Okay.
Yes. He lost
Thank
$100,000
you.
because of the new Call of Duty League. And then the jackpot story. So she got laid off from her job at a restaurant and decided to make mass part-time at a grocery store called Safeway out here. She randomly walked into a place called Sisters Mainline and bought a Keno ticket and won $120,000.
Wow.
Just like that. She said she felt guilty for it, so there you go.
Oh, at least she
That is
had
it.
remorse while she spends her money. That's good.
I know, right? All right, so Paul, I believe it's 1-0, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
who
1-0.
knows? Yeah.
1-0. Okay, next number, 32. A little easier. Is it an Idaho woman who dressed his husband in t-shirts to break the Guinness World Record? Okay. Or is it the average number of eggs that the flatback turtle hatches each year? Or I guess each time they hatch.
What the hell? Shirts.
Turtle.
Turtle?
No. Shirts, 100%.
Shirts? Paul? Ding?
Hell yeah.
So, she obviously broke the Guinness World Record.
You sure did.
32 shirts. It's a hilarious video. You guys should watch it sometime. The correct answer is actually 50 for the turtle, and then 110 for sea
sucks to
turtles.
suck,
So there
Trevor.
you go.
I hear you eating, by the way, you son of a.
No.
Okay,
No.
you're definitely eating. I'm the
Okay,
best.
so
I'm
2-0.
ahead. Keep going. Score a
Trevor,
damn point, dude.
You need these two. You need
Okay.
these two. Actually, this one specifically, I'm gonna have Trevor go second, if that's okay.
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 All right.
The number is 1,500.
Okay.
Is it the cost per night for a stadium that a Florida minor league team baseball team listed on Airbnb? So their stadium is on Airbnb, 1,500 per night. Or is it the fine for missing a practice in the major leagues?
Oh my god.
It is. Go first, Paul.
It is Airbnb.
It is Airbnb.
Yep, you guys are both correct.
It's a twin AA team. That's how I know that.
Yep. So
Yeah, I was like, $1,500. There's no way.
$1,500. They are listening. What's the story here?
Pensacola.
Accommodate up to 10 guests for the most intimate behind-the-scenes ballpark experience in history.
Ooh, sounds sexual.
And no, but the correct answer for the MLB is 2,500. And
Oh,
if you
that's
miss
actually
a
still lower than I
promotional
thought.
event, it's 20,000.
Jeez. Wow, Trevor, show up to
Don't
stuff,
miss
dude.
those events.
Oh, trust me, I'm too soft to not go. All right.
Okay, last number. Paul's kind of already won, but we'll just go ahead and do it anyways.
Yeah,
80,000. Okay.
Okay.
Is it the highest viewership count that Ninja had on his first Mixer stream back in August 2019?
Okay.
Or is it the pounds of mac and cheese that spilled over a highway due to a truck overturning?
80,000. 80,000. Ninja.
Ninja.
You guys are both correct. Go ahead and give yourself a
Ninja.
The correct answer for the mac and cheese is 40,000 pounds.
40,000.
Was it just like a bunch of individual packed like crab mac and cheese, or like,
It is
was
just a bunch of noodles and pasta across a highway.
I was gonna say, I'd like to think it's like a pre-made, like it was just a big truck full of.
Yeah, like
ready-
instead of
ready
an
to
oil
eat mac and
tanker.
cheese.
Yeah, you just like served yourself through the spigot.
It's just hot mac and cheese.
It looks like in the photos, the noodles were loaded into the truck. Like there's no boxes around it, just the noodles are everywhere.
What? You bring so many noodles? It's incredible. Would literally crush themselves. Such a waste of noodles.
All right, well,
I'm
Paul, you
offended.
win.
Good job,
Hell
Paul.
yeah, dude.
Dude, everyone's super excited for you, man. Yeah.
That's right, dude. You
Really
suck,
excited.
Trevor.
I shot him right in the dick.
That's a wrong button. I didn't. That is the wrong. That was Jen saying I shot him in the. Okay.
Yeah, we know what she said.
Sorry.
Paul,
Okay, moving on.
wouldn't be
what?
the pod without some bloopers, dude.
I'm sorry. That's the. So who have you been watching lately? I'm gonna be honest with you, Trevor. No one. I've been. Whenever I have a free time now, I'm actually playing The Last Jedi. I'm not gonna lie to you. Whenever I'm off
really?
of stream, I am just full on playing Last Jedi, having a great time.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
so for example, if I were playing Last Jedi on the side monitor, I have a stream up, even if it was silent.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe because
Oh,
I'm trying to
sorry,
rack up
Fallen
channel
Order.
points.
Yeah, Fallen Order. My bad. I said Last Jedi, like the freaking movie. It's the Fallen Order. My bad.
Fallen Order. No,
We
great,
all know what I
great,
was talking about.
great game. Never beat it. Should have probably do that soon.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know if I've said him before, but I'm gonna go with Legion
Mhm.
or LeQueen, however you want to say it. Legiqn. I believe
Yeah.
he has been mentioned before. I don't think I did it. It might have been a guest. But I watched a couple of his videos last night of
Oh, fantastic.
we played and we won some Call of Duty tournaments recently. The
Yeah,
dude's
yeah,
a
I saw
goober. He's an absolute just unadulterated goober.
He's hilarious.
There's no other way to explain Jordan. He is
Born to be a content creator.
he's absolutely ridiculous. He can sing, he can dance, he can freaking act. He's hilarious. But yes, he's on YouTube. He's got YouTube. He blew up on YouTube first, and then his Twitch stream is doing great. But he's a middle of the night streamer too. So if you're interested, you're like, yo, I can't sleep, and who should I watch? Legion is a great opportunity. It's Legion, but the O is a Q, so that's confusing. I don't know why. Ask him. Thank you.
Wasn't available. Love that.
Must-
Trevor, take us out.
All right, we're on our way out here, so we can play some Tarkov.
Yeah,
Before we go, you now have two ways to get on to the pod. One of the ways was exclamation point. Whoa. Hashtag
What?
AskMCA on
Come on.
Twitter when the next guest is announced. Preferably just reply on the tweet would be great.
Mhm.
From an organizational standpoint, that'd be phenomenal. But just like we got all the questions for this episode, use hashtag AskMCA on Twitter. If you have a question, you can literally do it at any time. We can just search the hashtag, and find it. So thank you guys for all your questions today. It was really helpful. Before we go, let's give a huge shout out to our review of the week. This is actually a YouTube comment on Tom's 72 Hours episode. Graham Cracker 14 said, I absolutely loved this episode. Tom is the best. I mean, right after Trevor and Paul, of course. Yeah, I chose this one on purpose. The origin stories really catalyze the show. Spicy Nugs and Chocolate Frosty are life. Love all of you guys. Keep up the good work.
Spicy Nugs
and Frosties. I'm starving now that I'm reading that. But thank you so much, Graham Cracker 14. I'm a huge fan of Graham Cracker, so it's really close to my heart. Thank you. Graham Cracker crust on anything is so good. Anyway, very kind. Don't forget to leave a rating yourself. And it might just make the show. You can do that on iTunes. You can do that on YouTube. Comments are probably the best ways to do it because that's where you have the most freedom to leave those things. But anywhere that you can leave a comment, we would greatly appreciate it. And don't forget to leave a 5-star rating before you leave. Also, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at May Contain Pod. And keep up with everything that we got going over here at the show.
Keep up.
Keep up with us.
Keep
with the memes. If you're wondering who makes some of those memes, PM makes the memes. They're phenomenal.
Shout out to PM today, by the way. Did a
Shout
great
out
job.
To PM.
Excellent job.
I appreciate it.
Even though he just did Paul's thing, we love him anyways.
The best game we do.
No, I'm not bitter or lost. So I'm Trevor May on Twitter, on YouTube, TikTok. Trevor May Baseball is my second YouTube video channel. I'm losing it. I'm losing. So if you're into baseball, that's a great place to check. And Trev May 65 on Instagram. So if you're like, which one was the different one? It's Instagram. This is worse.
Yeah,
Paul.
Yeah, Trevor's YouTube's been blowing up. Actually, he's doing really well. I am Paul, aka ActionJaxon, ActionJaxon on Twitter and Twitch, on Instagram. I said Instagram. ActionJaxon, by the way, on Instagram. Twitter and Twitch are the same. Just ActionJaxon, because I'm a boss. Also, I'm just gonna throw this out there, self promo. I got merch. 3 days left. 3 days left on the merch. Check it out. merch.streamelements.com/ActionJaxon. Check it out. Melt merch is 3 days left. Got new
3
stuff.
days left. Gotta get my stuff, dude. Gotta get your stuff.
Get it.
Get a ball trimmer. 20% off. Code FCA. Thanks, guys. We will see you next week on the pod. We're gonna go play Escape from Tarkov and freaking die a lot. Have a good one.
Get roasted.
Night.
Bye bye.
I shot him right in the dick. Woo!